Hi guys. So my video from Monday um, has got a bit of attention, which is good. I was talking about achieving equity in a gym, meaning that machines fit women as well as they fit men. And if you're going to have the lock them in kind of machines, then make sure they're designed to fit women's bodies rather than trying to make the women's body fit the machine. And there's two bits of feedback, one bit of feedback and one query I've got back that I'm going to attempt to answer now. And the first one is there's a trainer that's really angry because she thinks when I say that men and women's bodies are different, therefore form, good and proper form looks different, as she's taken that as women don't have to maintain good form or good form is the same for both. And both aren't true. So good form is for a woman's body is quite different. And I'm going to use the example of the leg extension because that was the second query I got to demonstrate why I believe this to be true. It's a well-informed opinion because at the end of the day, we can't test what is going to injure someone because that's unethical to throw a bunch of injuries at someone. But there is some good research that would sort of indicate this sort of thing isn't super appropriate for a female body. And there's also this sort of multifaceted injury issue where women are getting injured between 3 and 7 times the rate of men, mostly studied in sports because, I mean, we care about winning more than we care about general health and well-being, it would seem. Or maybe that's just because where the money is. So leg extension. The issue with a lock-it-in leg extension, and forgive me, I clearly don't have a leg extension machine in my home gym, is this. Men have hips, knees and ankles, and usually a higher arch than women. Women, on the other hand, have hips, a Q angle, which straightens out into flatter feet. Okay, so we have this issue with our thighs and legs. Okay, now in a squat, we have that cue, roll the knees out, or probably more appropriate for the way our legs work is this, because our pelvises, a male pelvis is closer to this and a female pelvis is closer to that. Okay, and as always, there are no absolutes. Okay, there's a spectrum. So when you have a leg extension machine, let me turn the light on and help you with being able to see my body. So when you have a leg extension machine, even if her hips, knees and feet are aligned, you've still got this predominance of these outer muscles here. So I dare say when you're doing leg press, even if her feet are straight and her knees are aligned, she'd be using a lot of hip and outer thigh action. Now, the obvious thing to do with this is to turn the toes out, and then you're going to get the predominance of the inside action. But the issue with that is it's no longer an up-down. As soon as you turn the toes out, it's a V-shaped movement, right? So now we're talking, all right, you can move the rollers on the ankle, but we're talking about retrofitting the body to the machine. And all I was asking you to do was consider fitting the machine to the body instead. So if a woman's thighs don't, like our pelvis, so if the male pelvis does this, the female pelvis does that. Okay? So this makes this proper form for a female leg extension. If you're targeting sort of VMO and the thigh muscles, mental blank, and you don't want to overload sort of ITB and the outer quadriceps. And then obviously, depending on the ratio of the particular woman in front of you, that issue is going to either be bigger or smaller. Okay. it is going to change. So my question to you is, if you want to do the leg extension, because I've got questions about why you're doing it in the first place. I get using it for rehab. I used it a lot when I was sailing because I was in these positions for hours a day, right? But sort of as a general fitness tool, women really need to be loaded. You know, we have twice the rate of osteoporosis. It's much harder for us to build muscle. So why not compress us with a squat or barbells or something standing so that we can get some core and some bone and some like larger muscle changes as well. But that's definitely an opinion. So you do you, because it doesn't really matter as long as the clients are moving and lifting, right? So I hope that's gone some way to answering some of your questions. And if you still don't agree with me, that's fine too, because this is really just about helping us all think a little more deeply about our female bodies. And I think we can all larger pelvic floor surface area. So these are considerations we need to make when we're prescribing movement and when we're thinking about what proper form looks like for each individual in front of us.